I know the snow is slowing people up, so we'll wait a couple minutes till we get one more. We need one more. Oh, where is she? She is here. Good morning, everybody, and welcome today to the Tuesday, January 14th, 2025 Finance Committee. I called the meeting to order. I know the snow has slowed a couple of people down. It's really coming down quite hard right now. I'm looking out the window. Thank you all for being here. Can I get the roll call, please?
Yep. Member Cahill, Member Childress, Member Covert.
Here.
Member Desart, Member Eckhoff, Member Evans, Member Galassi, Member Garcia,
Here.
Member Heather, Member Honig,
Here.
Member Krajewski, Member LaPlante, Member Ozag, Member Rutledge, Member Schwarzy, Member Tornatori, Member Yu, and Member Zay.
Okay, we have quorum. Is there any public comment today? No public comment. My chairman's remarks will be pretty quick today. I'm just thankful to be the chair of this committee, and I know working with this whole board will continue to be fiscally responsible for the citizens of DuPage County, as we always have been. So I'm looking forward to that work continuing. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes, please? That's moved by Member Krajewski, second by Member Honig. Any discussion on these? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion carries. Moving on to budget transfers. Can I get a motion to approve 25-0200 transfer of funds from 11004310538229? I'm gonna indirect cost reimbursement, printing, benefit payments in the amount of $16,759 to cover for retention benefit payout expense for the fiscal year of 2024 for the recorder document storage. Moved by Member Ozak. Second by Member Evans. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve 25-0211 transfer of funds from 1,057 5,200, that's furniture, machine, equipment, small value, to part-time help in the amount of $968 to cover part-time salaries that have already been paid for fiscal year 2024 for the Regional Office of Education. And a motion from Member Header, second by Member Covert. Any discussion? Member Rutledge? Already I'm forgetting.
No, it's early. It's
It
early.
is.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
So here we are paying for things that have already been paid for. I know we've had conversation about this before, but if you guys could enlighten me of what this item, why we voting for something that's already been paid.
Do we have someone from the Regional Office of Education or someone from Finance that can answer this?
Yes, it's you, Jeff.
Good morning. So this is just a budget transfer to, it's basically end of year cleanup. They are able to hire part-time staff And there was enough money in the full-time salaries account, I believe. So they kind of transfer that money or use the portion of that money to hire some part-time help. So they had it within their budget. So they're just cleaning up their budget for fiscal year end.
All right.
So
thank
the
you, Jeff.
total budget had the money. in it.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this before, maybe was initially when they realized that they'd had enough money or I don't recall the original conversation about this.
That probably would
Or-
not have come up because that's part of their operating ability is to hire a part-time person and then cover it within another account. They have
Right.
that ability to do that.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.
Sure.
Okay, good question. Any other discussion on this? All that in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve 25-0212 transfer of funds for contingencies to refunds and forfeitures in the amount of $2,250 to cover the refund on a license that was not issued for fiscal year 2025 for the Liquor Control Commission? Motion by Cahill, second by Header. Any discussion on this? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve 25-0225 transfer of funds from salary and wage adjustments to benefit payments in the amount of $2,500 to align the ARPA budget for benefit payments for ARPA-funded employees for fiscal year 2025? Motion by member Rutledge, second by member Evans. Any discussion on this? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve 25-0226 transfer of funds from contingencies to travel expense and instruction and schooling in the amount of $9,000 to cover travel expenses for staff to attend the B2G Now Drive user training for fiscal year 2025. Motion was from member Yu, second by member Covert. Any discussion on this? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, can I get a motion to approve 25-0225 transfer of funds from salary and wage adjustments to various regular salary accounts as attached in the amount of $745,024 to allocate remaining COLA for various departments currently budgeted within general fund special accounts for fiscal year 2024? Motion member Cahill, second by Rutledge. Any discussion on this? All in favor? Oh, I'm sorry, real quick.
Just
Member
a quick,
Rutledge?
you had said, item 25-0225 and it's 7, just wanted to clarify.
Okay,
that.
thank you for the clarification. 25-0227. Perfect, thank you. Okay, so we've got a motion, got a second. Any discussion on this? Other than that, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve 25-0228 transfer of funds from salary and wage adjustments and benefit payments to various benefit payment accounts as attached in the amount of $3,197,833 to cover benefit payment expenses for various departments currently budgeted within general fund special accounts for the fiscal year 2024? Moved by member Header, second by member Childress. Any discussion on this? Member Yu.
I just had one comment and question. Basically, I noticed that for 6F, 6G, and the ones remaining, I guess going down to 6L, that it talks about that, these are for various departments currently budgeted within general fund special accounts, but there's actually no specifications. There's no line items, that kind of thing. We do have that in the county board packet. I was just wondering if it could be included in the finance packet because it wasn't in there.
Okay, Jeff, you want to come up and, I know I asked the same question about some of these items, so yeah.
Yeah, these are kind of complicated. These are, well, Social Security, COLA, medical. All of the benefits are not budgeted within the departments in the general fund. They're in an account called 1180. The total amount of all of these benefits are budgeted there. So as the departments incur it, we do these budget transfers to transfer that amount to cover the budget that's been charged within all the departments. And we do that twice a year. And that's what these series of budget transfers are for. The premise of that is we just don't want to spend that money on benefits, such as IMRF, Social Security within the department. We want to go in specifically for these benefit charges. And that's why we do this in June and at the end of the year to clean that up.
Sorry, thank you. Because I know that in the county board packet, it actually will list out the various departments. And so that gave me an understanding of, oh, okay,
Ah.
this is going to this and this is going to this. And so I think that's what I was looking for in this packet.
I think we had it, we have the accounting unit number, which is the department, so we'll list the specific
Okay.
name of the department going
Thank
forward.
you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Does. I'm looking at it right now. 660?
Finance packet. In the finance.
I'm looking at the
packet.
finance resolution. right there.
I'll take a look at it and I understand what you're asking for.
Thank you. I apologize.
Thank you. Member Juicy?
Yeah, so this is the actual at the end of the year that all the departments occurred. So had you calculated the 6.2, 1.45, the IMRF and put it in the department's head count.
Yep.
And they have open head count at the end of the year, they would have an excess of IMRF budgeted, an excess of FICA budgeted in their budget.
So the departments, we only transfer what they need. The payroll system every 2 weeks.
But if you were to calculate a budget in their department based on their head count, and they have open head count during the year, you would be open budget on your IMRF and your FICA, your benefits.
Right, and
And at
those
the end of the year, you're doing a true up and basically doing the exact amount that they incurred and putting that in there.
correct.
Thank you, Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think we put this in as a safeguard because if it wasn't there, they would spend it and then we'd have no way to come back and get that money back at those 2 times. So at the end of the year specifically, if we had extra money in their budget, they could have spent that elsewhere and then come back to us and said, we don't have money for benefits.
That's correct. This has been a longstanding procedure with the board and how we budget for benefits.
Okay, and do we have to transfer this?
For these specific departments, we do because they'd go over budget if we didn't transfer that money. But there's enough money in the accounts to cover that.
Could we strike one or 2 departments if we wanted to? And have them take it out of their budget elsewhere?
I'd have to do the analysis.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, is there any other discussion on this? Okay, all those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to transfer of funds from employer share IMRF to various employer share IMRF accounts as attached in the amount of $4,767,250 to cover employer share IMRF expenses for various departments currently budgeted within general fund special accounts for fiscal year 2024. Who motioned on that? I'm sorry. Member Honig, second by Member Evans, correct? Cahill, sorry. Any discussion on this one? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve transfer of funds from employer share Social Security to various employer share Social Security accounts as attached in the amount of $2,379,598 to cover employer share Social Security expenses for various departments currently budgeted within general fund special accounts for fiscal year 2024. Got a motion by Member Yu, second by Member Honig. Any discussion on this? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. May I get a motion to approve the transfer of funds from employee medical and hospital insurance to various employee medical and hospital accounts as attached in the amount of $3,804,374 to cover employee medical and hospital insurance expenses for various departments currently budgeted within the general fund insurance for fiscal year 2024. We've got a motion by, I'm sorry, Member Covert, second by Member Galassi. Okay, any discussion on this? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. May I get a motion to approve the transfer of funds from from employee medical and hospital insurance to various flexible benefit earnings accounts as attached in the amount of $256 to cover flexible benefit expenses for various departments currently budgeted with general fund insurance for fiscal year 2024. We've got a motion by member Rutledge, second by member Galassi. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. May I get a motion to approve the transfer of funds from the tuition reimbursement to various tuition reimbursement accounts as attached in the amount of $11,607 to move fiscal year 2024 budget for tuition reimbursement to various departments. We've got a motion, I believe, by member Yu and a second by member Childress. Any discussion on this? All those in favor then? Any opposed? Motion carries. I've got a motion to, may I have a motion to approve the budget transfers of 1/14/2025 for various companies and accounting units? Motion by member Cahill, second by member Covert. Any discussion on these? Member Krajewski.
Just one, these are all transfers for fiscal year 24 budget transfers. Hopefully, we won't see in the next 3 months any fiscal 25 budget transfers like last year in the first quarter. We're seeing people transfer between budget items in the first quarter of the year. So this is cleanup at the end of the year. Hopefully, we won't see any in the first quarter budget transfers for fiscal year 25.
That is our hope. Any other discussion other than that? Okay, all those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, I'm going to hand off to procurement requisitions to our Vice Chair Cahill.
Thank you very much. I would like to make a motion to approve 25-0186. Recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order issued to Maximus U.S. Services, Inc. to assist with the county's cost allocation plan for the Finance Department for the period of January 14th, 2025 through November 30th, 2027 for a contract total amount not to exceed $22,500 per RFP 24064 FIN.
Okay, so you moved on this?
I moved, yeah.
And seconded by
Carrie.
member Galassi. Okay, any discussion on this? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, I'm moving on to environmental and member Rutledge.
Thank you, Chair. I'll move on 7B1 ENR 1-25, the recommendation for the approval of a grant agreement between the County of DuPage and Choose DuPage for Choose DuPage to manage sustainable DuPage for the period of January 14th, 25 to November 30th, 25 for a total amount not to exceed $60,000.
Okay, we've got a motion by member Rutledge, second by member Header. Any discussion on this? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to human services and member Schwarzy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to discharge item FIR 1125 from committee.
Motion and a second by member Evans. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, it's been.
Thank you. I move to approve FIR 1125 additional appropriation for the United States Treasury American Rescue Plan Act Long-Term Care Program Grant for fiscal year 23 in the amount of $2.
Got a motion and a second, motion by member Schwarzy, second by member Yu. Any discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Continue, member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move on HSP 225, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Family Shelter Service to provide advocacy services to victims of domestic violence for the period of December 1st, 2024 through November 30th, 2025 for a contract total amount not to exceed $85,000.
Got a motion by member Schwarzy, second by member Yu. Is there any discussion on this? All those in favor then?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank
Please
you.
continue.
Thank you. I move on HSP 325, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order issued to Performance Food Service Chicago for secondary food and supplies for the DuPage Care Center for the period March 1st, 2025 through February 28th, 2026 for a contract total not to exceed $55,000.
Got a motion by member Schwarzy, second by member Yu. Any discussion on this item? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries.
Thank
Okay.
you. I move on HSR 125, acceptance of an extension of time through June 30th, 2027 for the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, the Home Weatherization Assistance Program, EOEBIL grant fiscal year 23.
Motion by member Schwarzy, second by member Header. Is there any discussion on this? All is in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. I move on HSR 225, acceptance of an extension of the DuPage Care Center Foundation Coordinator Grant for program year 24.
Motion by member Schwarzy, second by member Yu. Is there any discussion on this? Okay, all those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to judicial and public safety and member Evans.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move on item seven D one, JPSP one 25, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Northeast DuPage Family and Youth Services to provide services to youth who are at risk of domestic violence and trauma for the period of February 1st, 2025 through January 31st, 2026, for a contract total amount not to exceed $33,000.
A motion by member Evans, second by member Header. Any discussion on this item? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Please continue.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move on JPSP two 25, recommendation for the approval of a contract to Raymond W. Johnson as a veteran mentor coordinator to develop a veteran peer mentor program for the period of January 15th, 2025 through January 14th, 2026, for a contract total amount not to exceed $37,500.
Got a motion by member Evans, second by member Yu. Is there any discussion on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Please continue.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And finally, I'd like to move on JPSP six 25, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to West Publishing Corporation to provide legal books and updates for the period of February 1st, 2025 through January 31st, 2030, for a total contract amount not to exceed $57,301.20.
Got a motion by member Evans, a second by member Yu. Is there any discussion on this item? All those in favor then?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to stormwater and member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on SMP one 25, approval of a contract issued to Michael Baker International for professional engineering services related to the evaluation of custom floodplain mapping applications and for alignment of the county's geospatial database from January 14th, 2025, November 30th, 2025, the amount not to exceed $75,000.
Got a motion by member Zay, second by member Covert. Any discussion on this item? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on SMP two 25, approval of the agreement between the County of DuPage and WBK Engineering for on-call professional engineering services, stormwater management, the period of January 14th, 2025 through November 30th, 2025, the amount not to exceed $60,000.
Motion by member Zay, second by member Yu. Any discussion on this item? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Show member Caduceus leaving.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on SMP three 25, agreement between the County of DuPage and Globetrotters Engineering Corporation for on-call professional engineering services from January 14th, 2025 to November 30th, 2025, the amount not to exceed $60,000.
Motion by member Zay, second by member Header. Any discussion on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Moving on to technology and member Covert.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on seven F1 TEP 000125, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Environmental Systems Research Institute, Inc. for professional services for GIS data migration support and training for the ESRI Enterprise Advantage Program for Information Technology GIS Division for the period of January 17th, 2025 through January 16th, 2026 for a contract total amount of $142,700 exempt from bidding, not suitable for competitive bids.
Got a motion by member Covert, second by member Yu. Is there any discussion on this item? All those in favor then?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to transportation and member Ozog.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for approval. First of all, I move to combine items 7G1 through 7G3.
A motion and a second. All those in favor? Motion
Okay,
carries.
thank you. I move for approval of 250013, amendment to resolution DTR 007020, issued to Siebert Landscaping Company for the 2021 vegetative maintenance program, section to decrease the funding in the amount of $22,224.15, resulting in a final county cost of $278,998.85.
I move for approval of 250014, amendment to resolution DTR 007120, issued to Siebert Landscaping Company for the 2021 highway landscape maintenance program to decrease the funding in the amount of $154,941.05, resulting in a final county cost of $108,208.95. Move for approval of 250018, amendment to resolution DTR 001724, issued to Builders Paving for the 2024 pavement maintenance north program to increase the funding in the amount of $150,000, resulting in an amended contract to total of $4,633,656.81.
Got a motion by member Ozark, second by member Rutledge. Any discussion on these items? Oh, you got a question? Oh, you're not seconding. Oh, okay. And she has a question. Okay.
Thank you. I've spoken to this board on several occasions about what we do, the money that we spend to mow turf along county roads, that we have intergovernmental agreements with municipalities to do that work for us. And I'm going to always push to stop planting grass and increase our native plantings, things like that. There are low growing things we can plant in lieu of grass. So I guess that's my question, is you had quite a decrease in the 25-14. I'm hoping that's because we're not maintaining grass. Is that?
I'll have Stephen come up and explain it to you.
So basically, yeah, I don't think it's a large decrease in turf mowing. It's mainly gonna be, we cut down less dead ash trees and things like that. I'm sorry.
Correct. That's not even fun, right? No, no.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna urge that the transportation department take harder looks at native plantings and what that means for our environment. So thank you, Stephen.
Understood.
All right, thank you for your input onto that, member Artlich. I know you're always looking out for the environment. Appreciate that. We've got a motion, a second. Any other discussion on this? All those in favor then?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion for those items carries. Please
Okay.
continue.
Thank you. I move for approval of 250061, amendment to DTR 001224 for a joint funding agreement with the Illinois Department of Transportation for the improvements of County Highway 3 Warrenville Road for a county increase of $176,406.86 and a federal increase of $705,629.44 for a final cost of $9,221,184.30. Final county cost of $1,852,092.86.
We got a motion by member Ozark, second by member Header. Is there any other questions? Is there any questions on this? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Please continue, member Ozark.
Thank you. I move for approval of DTP 000225, recommendation for the approval of a contract to Standard Equipment Company to furnish and deliver one LHD Elgin Region X1 Air Street Sweeper for the Division of Transportation for the period of January 15th, 2025 through November 16th, 2025 for a contract total not to exceed $417,590. Yeah.
Second by member Covert. Okay, motion by member Ozark, second by member Covert. Any discussion on this item? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Please
Thank you.
continue.
And finally, I move for approval of DTP 000325, recommendation for the approval of a contract to Traffic Control Corporation for expansion of software licensing for the Division of Transportation Centrax ATMS software system for the period January 14th, 2025 through November 30th, 2025 for a contract total not to exceed $49,680. Village of Lombard to reimburse the county $32,788.80 for their participation.
And we got a motion by member Ozark. We had a second by member Yu. Is there any discussion on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
I am going to now turn it over, which I'm sorry I didn't give you fair warning on this, to Vice Chair Cahill for the finance resolutions.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for approval on FIR 1-25, acceptance of an extension of time for the Illinois State Opioid Response Criminal Justice Medication Assistant Treatment Integration Grant, PY 23.
We got a motion by member Cahill, second by member Galassi. Any discussion on this item? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. I move for approval on FIR 2-25, acceptance and appropriation of the DuPage Care Center Foundation Coordinator Grant, PY 25, Company 5,000, Accounting Unit 2120 from December 1st, 2024 through November 30th, 2025 in the amount of $31,192.
Got a motion by member Cahill, second by member Galassi. Any discussion on this? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. I move for approval on FIR 325, acceptance and appropriation of the DuPage Care Center Foundation Music Therapy Grant, PY 25, Company 5,000, Accounting Unit 2120 from January 12th, 2025 through December 31st, 2025 in the amount of $60,462.
Okay, we've got a motion by member Cahill. Who was the second on that? Member LaPlante. I've got a motion second. Any discussion on this? All those in favor? Any opposed? That motion carries.
Thank you. I move for approval on FIR 4-25, acceptance and appropriation of the DuPage Care Center Foundation Recreation Therapy Grant, Accounting Unit 2120 from December 1st, 2024 through November 30th, 2025 in the amount of $29,435.
Got a motion from member Cahill, second by member Header. Any discussion on this item? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. I move for approval on FIR 5-25, authorizing execution for PY 25 of an intergovernmental agreement between Pace Suburban Bus and DuPage County Community Services for the Senior Transportation Grant Program in the amount of $181,772.
Got a motion by member Cahill, second by member Yu. Any discussion on this? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. I move for approval on FIR 6-25, authorizing execution for PY 25 of an intergovernmental agreement between Pace Suburban Bus and DuPage County Community Services for the Transit Transportation Grant Program in the amount of $690,000.
A motion by member Cahill, second by member Galassi. Any discussion on this? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on approval of FIR 7-25, abatement of the Special Service Area Number 31 Monarch Landing 2024 tax levy in the amount of $1,555,375.
And a motion by member Cahill, second by member Covert, I believe. Yes, any discussion on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. I move for approval on FIR 8-25, authorization to transfer and appropriate up to, but not to exceed $203,068 in additional funds from the Probation Services Fees Fund to the General Fund for fiscal year 2024.
A motion by member Cahill, second by member Rutledge. Any discussion on this item? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. I move for approval on FIR 9-25, additional appropriation for the Drug Court MyCap Fund for FY 2024, Company 1400, Accounting Units 5930, 5940, $35,547.
A motion by member Cahill, second by member Childers. Any discussion on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. I move for approval on FIR 1025, acceptance and appropriation of the additional funding for the DuPage Animal Friends Phase 2 Capital Project Grant, DAFCAP 2 for FY 2025, Company 5,000, Accounting Unit 1310 from $4,500,000 to $4,850,000, an increase of $350,000.
A motion by member Cahill, second by member Header. We've got discussion by member Krajewski.
Yeah, again, I just want to thank the DuPage Animal Friends. They just donated another $350,000 towards the cost of the building. So they've been out there fundraising for us and gave us another grant of $350,000. So I want to thank them for all the work.
Great news, great news. Any other discussion on this? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Motion carries. Continue, please.
Yes, I move for approval on FIR 1525, approval employee compensation and job classification adjustments, informational technology.
A motion by member Cahill, second by member Yu. Any discussion on this item? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
And finally, I move on FIR 1625, authorization of contract with International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 150, for Division of Transportation employees expiring November 30th, 2029, Human Resources.
Got a motion by member Cahill, second by member Schwarze, I believe. Any discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And then the last one is, do you want me to do it? 'Cause I think you have to do it. It's receive and place on file.
Yep. So I make a motion to receive and place on file A, payment of claims, B, wire transfers, and C, appointments.
Who's the second? Member Schwarze? I've got member Cahill motions, member Schwarze seconded. Any discussion on any of these items? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Moving on to old business, I wanted to add something very quickly, which I forgot to say under my comments as the chair. I highly recommend, and I'm going to turn to Jennifer over there, that everybody make a time to meet with Jennifer and get a tutorial on the OpenGov system. It's a fantastic system and it really helps when you're learning about the finances of the county. So I'm going to take a refresher course. I've taken one, but the less you use it, the less you learn and the less you retain. So I'll be making a time with her to do a refresher course. And I highly recommend to all of the board members here to do that also. Any other old business from any of the members? Member Covert.
Congratulations, Madam Chair. You look very nice up there.
Oh, thank you very much, Member Covert. Any new business? Okay,